what I'm seeing, and you're feeling what I'm feeling. Greetings and salutations, one and all. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the night shift. It's Tuesday, which makes it Healthy Love Night. Yeah. How you doing? Those have it locked in right now on TuneIn Radio, the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. Across the pond, One Harmony Radio. Top of the morning to you guys over there. WGLRO, the People Station. Big ups to you, big ups, big ups, big ups. All the other affiliate stations tune in right now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Those on PEMGTV.com. Welcome. And of course, right here on the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew, home, kevinstew.com. Big ups to you. I invite you all to jump on into the stew pot where the water is always fine. It's where we keep things interactive and bubbly. Others call it a chat room. We call it the stew pot. Kicking it off with a little double M. Marshall Montano. The track is called Toco Loco.
When I'm singing to you, girl, yo, I am feeling, just feeling, see what I'm seeing, oh, baby, yeah, do you see what I'm seeing? I am feeling, I know you feel it too, girl, I know it's true, yeah, do you want me to try to hold it back? Tell me, baby, do you like it like that when I rock with you? Ooh, girl, let me take you to Toco Loco when the sun go low. We could go and go, girl, go. I talking hours and non-stop jam. You is a gem, let me take your hand, just come and go, girl, go. Girl, why you do me that? Make big man get a heart attack. Girl, the way you look back when you rock back, I feel away when you whine so pretty wine. Flash me a pretty smile. What's on your pretty mind? Tell me, baby, so can you break me out of my bubble? I see in double, baby, bubble, cause some trouble. Break me out of my bubble. I see in double, baby, bubble. I'm in trouble. You make me reach for the ceiling. You give me life, new meaning. I'll take a walk with you, swim in the ocean too, girl. And I go take it to the top of the hill up there. Then I go take you right back down to play under the moon. So girl, I hope you don't leave too soon. Let me take you to Toco Loco when the sun go low. Girl, we could go and go, girl, go. I talking hours and non-stop jam. You is a gem, let me take your hand, just come and go, girl, go. Girl, why you do me that? Make big man get a heart attack. Girl, the way you look back when you rock back, I feel away when you whine so pretty. Show me that pretty wine. Flash me that pretty smile. What's on your pretty mind? Tell me, baby.
Good evening, 900.
Can you break me?
Good evening, Julie.
Bubble, I see in double.
Good evening, One.
Baby, bubble.
I don't know where One disappeared to.
Cause some trouble.
Causing trouble.
Bubble.
And break you out your bubble.
I feel away when you whine so pretty. Show me that pretty wine. Flash me that pretty smile.
Give it that pretty smile.
Pretty mind. Tell me, baby, so can you break me out of my bubble? I see in double. Baby, bubble. Cause some trouble. Break me out of my bubble. I see in double. Baby, bubble.
I want to say thanks to our sponsors for this segment of the show.
Out of my bubble.
Pulse E-Media Group,
I see in double.
providing innovative streaming and recording solutions. When being in the moment is priceless, you want to give them a call. In times like these, it's graduation time. You might want to capture that moment. You might want to stream that moment. If you're an institution from which students are graduating and you don't have a streaming service of your own, can pretty much own your own channel.
Baby bubble, bubble.
You're a church.
Some trouble, trouble.
You're just an individual that wants to have a party and share a moment.
In trouble, trouble, trouble. Baby.
Call Pulse E-Media Group 754-999-6020.
My bubble,
Link them at pulseemg.com.
trouble, trouble. Baby.
Tell them you heard about them right here on the Night Shift with DJ Kevin Steele.
Trouble, break me out of my bubble, bubble, bubble. I see in trouble, trouble, trouble. Baby, bubble, bubble, bubble. Cause some trouble, trouble. Break me out of my bubble, bubble, bubble. I see in trouble, trouble, trouble. Baby, bubble, bubble, bubble. Cause some trouble, trouble. Break me out of my bubble, bubble,
Let's just go ahead and break you out of that bubble.
trouble. Baby, bubble, bubble, bubble. I'm in
A happy, healthy love night indeed. Let me take you to Toco Loco. Do you want to go? Yeah, I think you should. I definitely think you should. But for those who are focusing on the last part of the title of that track, the loco part, listen, not everybody with a mental health issue is loco. No, it's not always the case. And let's be nice. Let's just say they're challenged, yeah? Whether you're happily challenged or you have personality challenges, I guess we could find various ways that we could be politically correct with it. Yeah? For those just tuning in, it's Healthy Love Night. Tonight we're talking about how our mental health affects our physical health. And believe it or not, one can affect the other. If you want to participate by calling in or texting in, 773-789-STEW is the number that you can use, 773-789-STEW. For those of you who are overseas and want to participate, you can do so by way of Skype, and you can hit me up on kevin.stew on Skype. Or do what everybody else does. Jump into the stew pot on kevinstew.com. Nice and easy. All right, so when a person is experiencing emotional or mental distress, meeting with a counselor is one of the things that is usually recommended, and it's usually helpful. If the problem is physical in nature, however, a physician typically is recommended. So you go to a counselor when you recognize mental distress. But when you have physical distress, of course, you go to a physician. But all this, it doesn't mean that these challenges are always completely unrelated. Although the mind and the body are usually viewed as separate entities, when it comes to counseling, it is most important to recognize the relationship between the two in order to maximize a patient's well-being. And if you want to take it even a step further, you could say the three: the mind, the body, the spirit. Well, some people pretty much say the mind and spirit are the same, so it is two. Okay, I won't argue. We won't debate that tonight. However, with as it relates to some levels of counseling that you do have to take into consideration, or some levels of medicine, you have to take into consideration both the mental and the physical. It's not just what you see, what you know physically or mentally. You have to sometimes pair the two. One of the clearest places that the link between mental and physical health is illustrated is in longevity. And many studies have found that those with mental health challenges such as schizophrenia or depression tend to live shorter lives when compared to those who do not have these conditions. So for those of you who are thinking something else when I mention longevity, I understand this is healthy love, but it's not that longevity that we're referring to. We're now talking about life, your lifespan, your mortality, basically. The Mental Health Foundation reported that schizophrenia is associated with a triple, I was going to say a multiple fold mix, but it's roundabout triple the risk of dying from, and I did hear somewhere, or I read it somewhere. Yes, I do read on occasions that schizophrenia is associated with a tripled risk of dying from, believe it or not, a respiratory disease. Schizophrenia linked to respiratory disease. How? I don't know, but it's triple, 3 times the risk of dying from respiratory disease and double the risk of dying from heart disease if you have schizophrenia. Crazy, right? Depression has been linked to a 50% increase in a person's risk of dying from cancer and a 67% increase from heart disease. So, can you imagine if you're schizophrenic and depressed? You just died early. These conditions have a significant impact on life expectancies, and they're not the only ones. Researchers hypothesize that one reason for the increase in respiratory disease, heart disease, and cancer risk is that individuals with mental health conditions are less likely to seek care for their physical health. Well, that seems simple enough. Seems logical enough, right? The Mental Health Foundation reported that those who take part in mental health services are statistically less likely to receive many routine checks, such as weight, cholesterol, and blood pressure, that could identify health concerns early on. Now, unhealthy habits, which include things like smoking, drug use, a lack of exercise, these things can also play a role, according to one article from US News and World Report. But there are other ways that mental health can affect longevity. Researchers are finding that a person's sense of optimism also has an impact. So, all the pessimists that you know out there, you might want to pay close attention to them for a few reasons. One being that you really, I don't think you'd really want them to bring you down. So you have to pay close attention to them to make sure that you can stay up. And you have to watch them for themselves. You can't really control, well, not that you can't really, you cannot control what someone else does. You can only control what you do. But what you do can possibly affect how they do what they do. So, if you're optimistic and you make it your point of duty to remain optimistic, then you may be helpful to someone who is not so optimistic. And you probably won't even know that you're doing it. Being helpful, that is. But it rubs off. And it helps. According to a 2012 Harvard study, Harvard meta-analysis of 200 articles, optimism may correlate with cardiovascular health and may even decrease the rate of the disease's progression. So, outside of it helping someone else, of course it's helpful to you, the individual who's optimistic. The absence of the negative is not the same as the presence of the positive. Let me say that again. The absence of the negative is not the same as the presence of the positive. It is found that factors such as optimism, life satisfaction, and happiness are associated with reduced risk of cardiovascular disease, regardless of factors such as a person's age. Socioeconomic status, their smoking status, their body weight, optimism, happiness, the effect happiness has on the reduced risk of cardiovascular disease happens regardless of all these other factors. And Julia Boehm, and I think that's how she pronounced her name, Boehm, who's a research fellow at Harvard School of Public Health, Department of Society, Human Development and Health, additionally stated that the most optimistic individuals, when compared to their less optimistic counterparts, had approximately 50% less risk of an initial cardiovascular event. Hey MJ, how you doing, sis? So, the ones that remain optimistic when compared to the not so optimistic had twice as much of a chance of not having an initial cardiovascular event. I think those are pretty good chances just from staying positive. Positive emotions correlate with a person's mental state. And whereas this is pretty much the theory, the opposite is also true. Well, I guess if it is true, it's not really a theory. It is proven, right? So negative emotions correlate with deficits in a person's physical well-being. Stress is the perfect example when you're looking at something like that. While chronic stress can wear down the body over time, even short-lived spurts of minor stress, such as temporary stomach aches, these can have an impact. And the American Psychological Association, actually reported on that. Negative emotions, such as anger, have been found to correlate with heart attacks and other physical problems that sometimes can lead to death. So, people sometimes would say, boy, they let the anger get the better of them and it killed them. Yeah, it's a real thing. Physical health can associate significantly with a person's mental health. And a major variable that seems to contribute to mental well-being, but is often underestimated, believe it or not, is this little thing we call exercise. And according to the American Psychological Association, it's a real relation. They say exercise, Dr. Michael Otto says exercise is something that psychologists have been very slow to attend to. Who'd have thunk it? People know that exercise helps physical outcomes. There's much less awareness of mental health outcomes, however, and much less ability to translate this awareness into exercise action. Counselors, like psychologists, may see results in their clients' well-being when exercise is encouraged. A paper published in the Personnel and Guidance Journal in 2012 went as far as to call physical health an expanding horizon for counselors. The APA reported that the benefits of exercise include lessening anxiety, improving mood, and enhancing mental health. So, who should then exercise? If exercise plays such a large role in lessening anxiety, improving mood, and enhancing mental health, let me ask you this question. America. I don't know what it is like in other countries, but let me ask America this question. Why is recess removed from some schools? Why is physical education not so important in some schools? No reason at all. Anybody can come up with something. 773-789-STEW, 773-789-7839, or jump into the chat, into the pot on kevinstew.com. Adults are not the only people affected by exercise. According to a 2012 study by the Economic and Social Research Council, a survey of 5,000 adolescents between the age of 10 and 15. Well, you're pre-teen to teen. Adolescents start later on. But anyway, the study revealed that those who lived a healthier lifestyle were happier than those who indulged in unhealthy habits such as drinking, smoking, and eating junk food. Yes, I said it. Eating junk food. The council also found that the more hours a week the participants played sports, the happier they considered themselves to be. So, let's take us back on a little bit of a journey. We're going to take a journey back into time. You remember when you were in, I'm going to say for the Americans, elementary school. For those who grew up in the Caribbean, I'm going to say primary school. I don't know what it is in other parts of the world. I guess it would be elementary school also. Let me ask you this. You remember running around on the playground? Actually, running around through school. Because you didn't have to be on the playground to run around. It was anywhere there was open space. Everybody was just running. And everything that we did involved running. We're going to use the bathroom, we're running. We're going to have lunch, we're running. And of course, we're playing amongst ourselves, we're running. Did you realize how happy, for the most part, except when the bullying is happening and the tripping and falling is happening, and yeah, but for the most part, you realize how happy we were? I'm speaking to the adults, looking back, turning back the clock, some 20, 30, some people 40 years. You realize how happy we were? And the less we moved around, the older we got, the cooler we got, the cooler we became, quote unquote cooler. Everything kind of changed a little bit. We weren't as happy as often. So, what happens when you get into the work world? Fortunately for me, when I entered into the work world in Jamaica, I was still playing sports because we had business house football. Well, for those in America, it's soccer. But we had business house sports, I should say, because I played football, aka soccer, and I played badminton. and I represented the company I worked for in doing so. So there was always some kind of training going on, physical activity going on. And looking back, I can say that I was, not that I'm not happy now, but I would say I was really happy then. I really was. And it kind of makes sense. Y'all look back in your lives and look at how you are now and the amount of effort it would take to have that level of happiness in your life right now. That level of contentment. Think about it. Just for a moment. Well, we're going to take a quick little break. When we come back, we talk some more. But while we're out, grab some friends. Bring them on in. Let's talk. We're looking at how our mental health can affect our physical health. We'll be right back.
Pulsey Media Group, innovative streaming and recording, has done it again. A new way to get your business in full view of your neighborhood consumer through AdShare TV. It's available in your neighborhood today. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. Become a host today and place a TV monitor in a strategic location so it's easy to see. Get a 1-minute video ad or longer that plays anywhere in our network. Can't be a host? No problem. For a few dollars, we'll run your 30-second video ad. A host can run announcement specials like buy one get one free or discount ads. Let's turn your flyers into a 30-second video with music or a voiceover, or let us create and run your video ad with a spokesperson. Take advantage of our early enrollment discount. Join us today. Your ad will be seen at least 30 times per day in your AdShare TV neighborhood. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. AdShare TV, part of Pulsey Media Group.
Are you crazy about the music industry? You aspire to hit it big in music? Or maybe you've sweated out a soulful killer beat and are now stuck finding it's not as easy as it looked. Oh, but it can be easy for you with JTMC. We've been there. We know how it feels. So we solve challenges like production, promotion, marketing, branding and development, and more. With over 30 years of experience, JTMC is a one-stop shop for artists. We handle your graphic design, writing services, PR, as well as event planning, e-blasts, artist management, and bookings, so also your website and social media needs as well. We're experts in using creativity to persuade audiences on behalf of artists, drawing on our diverse experience to create projects that connect with audiences intellectually and emotionally. Artist success is everything to us, and our years of experience and commitment will be behind you for every one of your needs. If you've got music for the world to hear, whether you're a new or established artist, visit us at jtmcenterprise.com.
It's that time again, the annual Palace Telethon.
The Peace and Love Academic Scholarship, PALACE, provides scholarships to deserving youth in the Caribbean.
Join us Saturday, June 8, 2019 for our annual telethon.
This will be a one-day event starting at 9 a.m. and ending at 9 p.m.
9 radio networks from the UK and the US will dedicate 1 hour of their broadcast to Palace. Stations like One Harmony Radio in the UK,
Ruler Brown Network.com,
The Lady Saw Show,
25th Century Radio,
963img.net,
rockthebox.net.
also live on Facebook.
This is your opportunity to learn about PALACE and contribute to a student's education.
Palace goal is to award 100 scholarships for 2019.
Check out Palace at palace1.org for more information.
We need you to come and make a difference.
Matthew 28:19 says, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations." With this in mind, and encouragement received during a South Florida media conference, The Church Links was birthed. The Church Links is an interdenominational worship service portal for churches, providing the tools to spread the word through technology in a cost-effective way. The Church Links, www.dahchurchlinx.com, your links to worship and praise.
Hey, I'm representing for DJ Kevin Stew, working on the night shift radio show. Won't go changing like the weather, just to please the devil never. Will DJ Kevin Stew sell his soul? That's a word and honor. It's Chris Cinti representing word and honor. Selassie DJ Kevin Stew.
Before we get back into the thick of things, I just want to remind everybody that, courtesy of Jillian J, the featured piece from Jillian J this month is this beautiful black lava rock necklace and bracelet set. And it comes with a bottle of aromatherapy oil. You can drop a couple of drops of the aromatherapy oil on the lava rocks and the scent will go with you throughout the day. You definitely do would want to get in touch with Jillian J though to find out how to get your necklace and I just lost my screen. How to get your necklace and bracelet set. Contact Jillian J and I'll give you the number again the number in a minute. But look at this beautiful set though. Isn't it just lovely? Perfect for Father's Day. Perfect for graduations. Just perfect.
Smile like the stars that brightens up the night. Hand in my hand, hold me tight. Eyes so deep, like the ocean so mysterious. Boy, you make me feel so damn delirious. 'Cause you're so beautiful, flaws and all. You make every obstacle seem so small. You bring joy and laughter, could we live happy ever after? What else can I say? Then man, you're beautiful. You make the sun come up on a rainy day. You're like the hurricane that blows my cares away. You keep me guessing with every move you make. Everything about you makes my heart quake. 'Cause you're so beautiful, flaws and all. You make every obstacle seem so small.
Good evening 184, welcome to the show.
And laughter, could we live happy ever after? What else can I say?
What can I say?
Then man,
You're all beautiful.
oh,
The son of Tanil.
oh.
The title of the track is
Can I say? Then man, you're beautiful.
I couldn't say it better than she can. Yes, man, you're beautiful.
What else can I say? A kaleidoscope of color. You are every force of nature, and you got me under your stare. Just like gravity, you pull me and can't get away. But I don't wanna be with nobody else. 'Cause
can I say? You're so beautiful. I want to thank Heavenly Healing Hands for sponsoring this segment of the show. You can call Althea at 954-655-9000. That's 954-655-9000. If you're anywhere in Broad County, South Palm Beach County, or North Miami-Dade County, you can give her a call. She'll come to you. She brings her table. She's a certified massage therapist. You can get your massage on so you can feel good and can make you a little bit happier. Thank you very much, 184. You are too. Once again, the featured piece from Jillian J, and you can reach Jillian J at jmarie@jillianj.com or call 954-281-2587. Thank you very much. I think you're not so bad yourself. Yeah, smile a while. Give your face a rest. So, we're looking at mental health and physical health and the link between the two, which frankly is pretty much often misunderstood, if you ask me. And I'm sure if you ask a lot of professionals too, they'll tell you the same things. They're often thought of as separate entities, but really and truly, they go hand in hand. The WHO, the World Health Organization, defines health as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. The perceived disconnect between mind and body creates a misconception that mental illness is not a physical disease. In reality, mental health has a direct impact, not a perceived impact, but a direct impact on your physical health, like it or not. And many of us are not aware of how common mental illness is. I raised this point before. Last week? Could have been 2 weeks ago. But about 1 in 5 adults has a mental illness in any given year. 1 in 5. I'm sure you know at least 4 people around you right now. Any one of them could have a mental illness this year. Mental illness is more than just being depressed. It covers a wide range of problems, and these span from ones that affect mood to those that affect thinking or behavior. Depression, anxiety disorders, schizophrenia, eating disorders, bipolar depression, addictive behaviors, all these things are included when you're thinking about how about the various types of mental illnesses that can affect our health. You might wonder, well, not after the first segment of this show, you wouldn't be really wondering as much, but exactly how would mental illness affect your physical health? And we mentioned it before on this show. Heart disease, high blood pressure. What we didn't mention was things like a weakened immune system, asthma, obesity, gastronomical problems, premature death. That sounds like a serious one right there. That is one that you really don't get healed from. Depression alone can cause chronic fatigue, insomnia, and increased sensitivity to aches and pains due to abnormal function of neurotransmitters in the brain. I guess what many would consider to be a chemical imbalance. Just taking care of your mind is not the best way to maintain or improve your mental health. Believe it or not. There are some other ways that you can improve your mental and your physical health. Again, numbers to call, numbers to text, 773-789-STEW, 773-789-7839, or you can go ahead and jump into the Stew Pot on kevinstew.com. So, what can you do? Well, for starters, you can exercise regularly. Exercise can release feel-good brain chemicals like endorphins and serotonin, and these can ease depression and anxiety. Choose a program or form of exercise that works for you. This may be cardio intense interval training, or a more mindful and intention-driven yoga, or something in between, some combination of the two, possibly martial arts, something. What is important is that whatever you choose, you stick to it. What you want to also do is to eat a healthy diet. Diets loaded with processed, high-calorie and low nutrients foods have been linked with increased depression and anxiety. You also want to avoid skipping meals, which can lead to fatigue and unhealthy snacking. I'm going to say something about skipping meals in a minute. Try to include fruits, vegetables, nuts, whole grains, fish, and healthy fats like avocados into your meal plans. And this will be helpful for increased brain function. Going back to skipping meals. Some people might say, okay, so if it is not recommended that you skip meals, why would fasting be a good thing? Well, it is the way the fasting is done that makes it a good thing. Would stress be considered mental related? Yes. Stress was mentioned in the list also of mental conditions. Stress, depression, anxiety, disorders, all these are considered mental related. Your state of mind contributes to your stress when you really look into it. So if you're having, and of course your physical, your environment. So if you're in school and you're studying and the subject that you're studying happens to be your weakest subject, it can be quite stressful. But with being mindful, and this is one of those things that some people could go either way with. Some say, yeah, that is just a bunch of baloney. No such thing. But belief kills and belief cures. And so if you change your mindset as to how you view that subject, oh, this is my most difficult subject, I'll never get it. And you start telling yourself, you know what? I can do this. This is not my most difficult subject. I can beat this. In fact, none of these subjects are more difficult than the other. It's just I need to get a grasp of the concept that is associated with it, and I will be successful. You change your mindset, and it changes your stress levels. So yes, it could be considered mental related. You also want to maintain a normal sleep schedule. In the US, this seems to be almost impossible. Because in the US, especially if you work in some parts of the US or have certain types of jobs, sleep, it comes at a premium, let alone to have a normal sleep schedule. Not getting enough sleep has been linked with depression, anxiety, and stress. See, stress comes back. The recommendation for adults is 7 or more hours of sleep each night. If you're having trouble falling asleep and staying asleep, try relaxing before bed, lowering your caffeine intake, or setting a stricter schedule for bedtime. They said nothing here about sleep aids, but I know of people who would use a little bit of melatonin because it helps to put you to sleep. Another thing you want to also do is to get support. And your social circle is also a vital aspect to preventing a decline in mental health. But mental health can be a difficult topic to discuss with peers. And this often prevents people from seeking help. Do not be afraid to reach out to friends and family for support. And this is one of the big deals that I have when it comes to the big issues. When I say a big deal, one of the big issues that I have when it comes to social mental well-being in social spheres. There's a stigma that is attached to people once they start talking about their mental health. And it's not beneficial to anybody. You have stress-related issues at work. Stress-related issues at work landed you in the hospital twice. I had anxiety and panic attacks, which felt like I was having a heart attack. Okay. And if you think about the things that caused that stress, would taking a different approach to them help any? Would getting involved in some physical activities, would that help any? Would taking a break from work and taking a walk and coming back to work, would that help any? And is this a recent thing? Is this a long time thing? You know, to compare what you're doing, I ask that so that you could compare what you're possibly doing now with what you did then, if that was the case, and see if it is any different. But I do believe mindset can definitely affect how it all plays out with your mental health, and as a result your physical health, and vice versa. In many cases, people seek out mental health experts only after a crisis has occurred. According to a 2016 study by the Columbia University Medical Center, less than a third of American adults who screened positive for depression received treatment for their symptoms. Less than 1/3. Getting help earlier can prevent mental health conditions like depression and anxiety from developing. Okay, so you found a new job. Cool. Let me ask you this. In the new job, is your daily routine similar to that of the old job? Did you take breaks in the old job? Did you incorporate anything during like your lunch break in the old job? Is that something that you're doing in the new job? Do you relate to your coworkers differently in the new job than you did in the old job? And, well, I guess I should have asked this. Are you still having anxiety and panic attacks in the new job? If you're experiencing symptoms of any mental health condition, it is important to contact a medical professional who can help you. Important. Eating right and exercising can help some people improve their mental health. However, others may need medication or counseling to see changes. By partnering with your medical expert, you'll be better able to find out what is right for you. Some help is available from like the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, which is a 24-hour toll-free suicide prevention service that is available to anyone in suicidal crisis. And if you find that you need help, if things are really at that point, you just call 1-800-237-TALK. 1-800-237-8255. Talk to somebody. Because, again, not everyone can talk to their peer. Now, as it relates to your peers, if you believe that you should be able to talk to your peers about things like that, maybe you need to start educating your peers about things like that. Because it can make a big difference. And if whom the people that you consider your peers, your friends, if you can't go to them and open up to them and not be judged or criticized, then that's excellent. But if you feel that you have difficulty opening up to them and being, and things becoming worse because they're judging you and they're alienating themselves from you and they're criticizing you, then you may need some new friends. I now eat healthier, exercise regularly, and decrease stressful situations. I no longer get anxiety or panic attacks. Change is good. Sometimes you just, one, need to change your physical environment, or you may need to change the way you perceive your physical environment, or 3, do a combination of the two. But you cannot expect things to be better with the conditions remaining the same. Something has to change. And they say the sign of a crazy person is one who does the same thing the same way each time and expect different results. Something has to change. Something has to give. And if you can't find that something to change, that thing that will give, then there's going to be a problem. We're going to take another quick little break. When we come back, we talk just a little bit more before we go into our musical therapy. And we're going to look at a little bit more into how emotions affect our health. Call a friend, tell a friend. We're talking about mental health and its effect on our physical health. And like I said, statistics say 1 in 5 adults have some sort of mental illness in a year. Every year. 1 in 5. So if in the past 5 years you've had someone around you going through something that can be considered mental health related, then chances are this year, maybe your year, because you've already gone 4 with people around you going through something. So this information just might be for you. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
When being in the moment is priceless, consider the ability to share that moment. If you can video it, you can broadcast it. And Pulse E-Media Group has the tools you need. Weddings, birthdays, funerals, graduations, church services, parties, seminars, you name it. Pulse E-Media Group can provide you with a secure medium controlled by you to broadcast your event. Contact us at www.pulsemediagroup.com for more information. Pulse Media Group, when being in the moment is priceless.
Yes. Akar Mantino, I'm making notes right now. You are locked in to DJ Kevin Stew on the night shift.
Today in school, I learned a lot. In chemistry, I learned that no one likes me. In English, I learned that I'm disgusting. And in physics, I learned that I'm a loser.
Today in school, I learned that I'm ugly and useless. And in gym, I learned that I'm pathetic and a joke. In history, I learned that I'm trash.
Today in school, I learned that I have no friends. In English, I learned that I make people sick. And at lunch, I learned that I sit on my own because I smell. In chemistry, I learned that no one likes me.
In biology, I learned that I'm fat and stupid. And in math, I learned that I'm trash.
The only thing I didn't learn in school today?
The only thing I didn't learn today.
The only thing I didn't learn
is why no one ever helps.
Kids witness bullying every day. They want to help, but they don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov. A message from the Ad Council.
JTMZ Music presents the highly anticipated, much talked about, The Juggling Rhythm Volume 1. This classic rhythm takes on a new life with tracks from both established artists and introduces some incredible new voices. Get your dancing shoes ready with The Juggling Rhythm, featuring international reggae dancehall artist Mr. Vegas, alongside Ian Sweetness, Ed Robinson, Jack Radix, Hezron, Dangling, Joanna Marie featuring Galaxy P, Denny Ranks featuring Jawiz, Ambalik, Christine Alicia, Yishka. Also the new sensations of the rhythm, Zeal, Danger Lee, Marquis Skelenar, Zachary. Available on all digital media outlets. The Juggling Rhythm. Get it, get it, get it.
I'm in almost every school bus and classroom. You see me around the neighborhood and you tell me that I'm a pretty good kid. Well, I'm one out of every 5 children in America, and I'm struggling with hunger.
Please visit feedingamerica.org today and find your local food bank for ways to help.
Every dollar you donate helps provide 8 meals for kids like me. We are Feeding America, brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
This is Gia Yee, and you're listening to The Night Shift with DJ Kevin Stew.
A song that's sung for freedom.
want to take this moment to say thanks to JTMC Enterprise for sponsoring this segment of the show. JTMC takes care of your tour management, your bookings, your promotions, your event management, your social media management. You can reach them at 678-793-8800 or check them out online, jtmcenterprise.com. Tell them you heard about them right here on the night shift with DJ Kevin Steele.
I know in Jah there's hope with each of his new days. So I'll forgive myself, I'll forgive you too. Give myself a break and give one to you.
The sound of Miss G.A.E. from the album Reggae Prescription. This is Notes to Self.
Do the best I can and to Jah and self be true. My song is a reminder, a note to self.
A note to self. Do you make notes to yourself? Do you even talk to yourself? So you keep in malice with yourself. Yeah, a bunch of people said, I don't talk to myself. What's wrong with talking to yourself? Who is going to assure you of certain things if you don't assure yourself? You're going to believe someone else over believing yourself? That's where it starts. Never thought of it that way, did you? Okay. Start thinking differently. And see how things work out for you. People who have good emotional health are aware of their thoughts, their feelings, and their behaviors. Are you aware of your thoughts, your feelings, and your behaviors? Do you think that talking to yourself in the mirror and saying, you are strong, you are confident, you are beautiful, do you think that that's crazy? Or you think that is something good to do? Do you think that enhances your emotional health? Right. So talking to yourself cannot be all that bad if you say yes to all those questions, right? People have learned healthy ways to cope with stress and problems that are a normal part of life. And they feel good about themselves and have healthy relationships when they do it. And it's amazing. It's just simply amazing. But many things that happen in our life can actually disrupt our emotional health. And these can lead to strong feelings of sadness, stress, or anxiety. And even good or wanted changes can actually be stressful. And they can be as stressful as unwanted changes. So, being laid off from work can be stressful. Nobody wants to get laid off from work, especially in this economic climate. So you have being laid off from work, stressful. Having a child leave home, stressful, because they've been with you all their life and now they're leaving. That can be quite stressful. But what can also be stressful is that child returning home, because the way you lived while they were away changed. So here comes change again. Can be stressful. Dealing with the death of a loved one, and this doesn't have to be a physical death. It could be just the death of the love that you shared. That can be stressful. Getting divorced or married. Yeah. I let it all flow into each other. Getting divorced or getting married can be quite stressful. You think it would, but you're getting married. It's supposed to be one of the happiest moments of your lives. It can be stressful. Suffering an illness or an injury, more stress. Getting a job promotion, here we go again. But this is supposed to be something happy. This is supposed to be something great. This is supposed to be something worth celebrating. Yeah, all those things, it is. Does that mean that it wouldn't be considered stressful also? Or couldn't be stressful? It can. Experiencing money problems, we all know that's stressful. Moving to a new home. Moving is like getting a new job. Stressful. But here's one that more often than not has been overlooked by so many. So many. Having or adopting a baby. You wouldn't put that on your stressful list, would you? But think about it. How many women have you heard warned of postpartum depression? All of them that had a baby. Every last one of them. And you ask any one of them, one of the happiest moments in their lives, and they will tell you the moment they held that child for the first time and saw those two little eyes look up at them, or heard them coo, or felt their hand on their finger. Beautiful moments worth treasuring. Stressful. Your body responds to the way you think, the way you feel, and the way you act. And this one type of mind-body connection is only one of the types of mind-body connection that there is. When you're stressed, anxious, or upset, your body reacts in a way that might tell you that something is just not right. You might develop high blood pressure or stomach ulcers after a particularly stressful event, like the death of a loved one. But without it even getting to that level of severity, you know, that feeling of your heart, like it with your heart wanting to burst out your chest, it's beating so hard, and you can hardly breathe, and you're getting washed with cold sweats, and you talk and sound like this, and anxiety. Stressful. And this can also manifest when that's how your body shows when you're anxious or you're stressed. All these little things. And if you haven't experienced it yet or haven't paid attention to it, now's the time that you need to pay attention, because you probably will. There are ways that you can improve your emotional health. But first, you need to try to recognize your emotions and understand why you're having them. Sorting out the causes of sadness, stress, and anxiety in your life can help you manage your emotional health. And there are some other helpful tips that can help. So identify your stressor, basically. Identify the source of your sadness, your anxiety, and deal with it. Face it head on. Question it. You also want to express your feelings in appropriate ways. If feelings of stress, sadness, or anxiety are causing physical problems, keeping these feelings inside can make you feel worse. It is okay to let your loved ones know when something is bothering you. So often we hold things in and feel that the people that we consider to be our loved ones, or the ones that claim to be our loved ones, cannot help. But keep in mind that your family and friends may not always be the ones that are able to help you deal with your feelings appropriately. Remember that. So you may be justified in feeling that you cannot talk to them. And when you find that this is the case, try asking your family doctor or a counselor or a religious advisor for advice and support to help you improve your emotional health. There has to be at least one person, at least one, that you respect enough, that is in a position that can actually help you, that someone that will actually listen and be objective and supportive. At least one. The challenge for you at this point, after identifying that one, is bringing yourself to say the first few words. Could you please give me a few minutes? I am going through something. Can I talk to you? Once you get past that stage, the rest is easy. You want to focus on the things that you are grateful for in your life. Now, in order to focus on those things, you have to identify them. So you have to take a minute or two and recognize that there are some things that you need to be grateful for. Try not to obsess about the problems at work, at school, or at home. And especially the ones that lead to the real negative feelings. This doesn't mean that you have to pretend that you're happy when you feel stressed out or anxious or upset. But it is important to deal with these negative feelings and try to focus on the positive things in your life. You may want to use a journal to keep track of the things that make you feel happy or feel peaceful. It will also help you keep track of the things that make you not so happy or not so peaceful. So you could stay away from those things or adjust when you encounter those things. Some research has shown that having a positive outlook can improve your quality of life and give your health a boost. You may also feel the need to find ways to let go of some things in your life that make you feel stressed and overwhelmed. Make time for the things you enjoy. Here's a challenge. When the things you enjoy are the things that are stressing you out, how do you deal then? You want to develop resilience. People with resilience are able to cope with stress in a healthy way. Not that they don't have stress. They just cope with it differently. Resilience can be learned and strengthened with different strategies. These include having social support, keeping a positive view of yourself, accepting change, and keeping things in perspective. A counselor or therapist can help you achieve this goal with cognitive behavior therapy, CBT. Ask your doctor if that is something that is good for you. You want to calm your mind and your body. Relaxation methods like meditation and listening to music, listening to guided imagery, CDs, MP3s, whatever the source that you choose, yoga, Tai Chi. These are all useful ways to bring your emotions into balance. There are free guided imagery videos that are also available on video digital media platforms. All you got to do is just look. Meditation is a form of guided thought, and it can take many forms. You may do it by exercising, by breathing deeply. Whichever way you choose to meditate, you could do it by stretching. Ask your family doctor about possible relaxation methods. Your relaxation method might be catching this show from 10 to midnight. It's possible. 773-789-STEW. 773-789-7839 is the number to get you in touch. You can also jump into the stew pot on kevinstew.com. Tell me what your meditation method is, if you have one. If you don't, tell me what you think you would do. Yeah, when I said getting rid of things that cause stress, it also includes individuals. Not to say that they are things, but at the time that they're causing you stress, you may look at them that way. You may not look at them as people anymore. And I guess if that helps you, it's fine. But they're still people, just so that you know. You definitely want to take care of yourself. To have good emotional health, it is important to take care of your body by having a regular routine for eating healthy meals. It's important that your meals are healthy. Eating healthy meals, getting enough sleep, and exercising to relieve pent-up tension. Whatever form of exercise you choose to use, break a sweat. Avoid overeating. Avoid the use of drugs and alcohol. Using drugs or alcohol just causes other issues, such as family and health problems. And when they talk about using alcohol, they're not talking about the family gathering and they open a bottle of wine and everybody takes half a glass and sips, and they say alcohol is a gateway drug, but yeah, alcohol falls under the drug category. But with everything within moderation. Because even the drugs that you would take to feel better, the antidepressants, the anti-anxiety medication, all these things, they can be quite addictive. And as a result, that one thing that you were taking for a good thing ends up being a bad thing. Back to square one. Poor emotional health can weaken your body's immune system. And this makes you more likely to get colds and other infections during emotionally difficult times. Also, when you're feeling stressed, anxious, or upset, you may not take care of your health as well as you should. You may not feel like exercising, eating nutritious foods, or taking medicine that your doctor prescribes. And you may abuse alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs. You ever notice someone who is in a state of severe depression? If you're not careful, you won't hear from them for days. And if you happen to go look for them in their homes, because that is where they are, you may not find their home in a condition that anybody should be in. Especially if you've been there before and you know that's not the way they live. Depression is no joke. Other forms of poor emotional health actually include things like back pain, changes in appetite, chest pain, constipation or diarrhea. Yeah, believe it or not. It's a different kind of pain, a pain in the butt. Dry mouth, extreme tiredness, general aches and pains, headaches, high blood pressure, insomnia, lightheadedness, palpitations, sexual problems. That's causing even more problems. Shortness of breath, stiff neck, sweating, upset stomach, weight gain or weight loss. These are all legit signs of poor emotional health. So that strange back pain that you're having, look into yourself and ask yourself, what is my emotional status right now? So your doctor says you need to know about your emotion. He needs to know, or she needs to know about your emotions. Why? Well, they cannot always tell that you're feeling stressed, anxious, or upset just by looking at you. So it is important to be honest with your doctor if that is the condition, the type of condition that you're in, because some actually recognize the connection between your mental state and your physical state. They will need to make sure that other health problems are not causing your physical symptoms. If your symptoms are not caused by other health problems, then your doctor can address the emotional cause of your symptoms, and it may even suggest ways that you treat your physical symptoms while you work together to improve your emotional health. If your negative feelings don't go away and they're so strong that they keep you from enjoying life, it is especially important for you to talk to your doctor. And you may have what doctors call major depression. You'd think that is something else, right? No, major depression. And depression is a medical illness that can be treated with individualized counseling, medicine, or both. Again, some of the medicine can be addictive, causing other problems. Have plenty of sex to relieve stress. Well, that's one way to address it, but with the stress comes the reduced desire or the lack of desire to have sex. So, what? How you're saying, okay, so you don't have the desire. At least get a partner who does and have them help you. That comes with communication. If you're not at the place where you can communicate with your partner, then you get it, right? Some of the questions you want to ask your doctor include, how can I better cope with stress? That's a good question. Are my health problems causing my stress? Or, excuse me, is it vice versa? Is it that my stress is causing my health problems? I don't think I'm under stress, but my body is telling me that I am. How does that work, doc? And another question to ask your doc, if this is the situation, everything in my life is good. So, why am I not happy? These are legit questions that you can ask your doctor. And remember, your doctor and you have patient-doctor confidentiality. There are things to prevent that doctor from going around and spreading your business. And if they do, then they can't practice anymore. And most of these doctors don't want to not be in a position where they can't practice anymore, because that is why they spent years in medical school and charge the big bucks, because this is A, something they love, or 2, something that allows them to do something they love. So don't worry about talking to your doctor, but you need to talk to somebody. Some people are not bound by the rules that doctors are bound by. So they may not be your best choice. Something to consider. This is music from Rebecca Barbosa. It's called Rescue Me.
Can't please everybody, stop talking to me. I'm so tired of myself, how did I break? Can't please anybody, start talking to me. And it doesn't matter at all if I win or if I fall. Nobody can see. If I could go back and erase my mistakes, but I can't, so take me to a better place. And it doesn't matter at all if I win or if I fall. My feelings are stuck inside me, but nobody can see. My feelings are stuck inside me. Can you rescue me? Can you rescue me? I wanna feel like I'm alive again, and you're the only one who doesn't get that nothing satisfies my soul, 'cause you're not here anymore to hold me. My feelings are stuck inside me, but nobody can see. My feelings are stuck inside me. Can you rescue me? Can you rescue
Her name is Rebecca Barbosa. The track is called Rescue Me. I want to thank GMAT Music Solutions for sponsoring this here segment of the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew and tonight's Healthy Love musical therapy segment. GMAT Music Solution provides sound, lighting equipment, audio equipment, engineering. They bring your event to life. GMAT Music Solutions. Did I leave out anything out that they do? Musicians, singers, engineers, bands. 754-307 GMAT gets you in touch with them. 754-307-4622. GMAC Music Solutions. And they're our sponsor for this segment, which is called our musical therapy segment. And we're gonna kick it off tonight with some new music. New music from DeVille. It's called Kryptonite. What's your kryptonite?
Talk to me. I'm gonna miss you when you're gone. I'm gonna miss you all alone. Oh, gee. Felt like you kissed me through the phone. There's a picture on my wall. Energy. I don't share my feelings often. Feel I'm writing in a song. I need you. I need you.
Has a lovely groove, doesn't it? Music from Deville. It's called Kryptonite.
People that I got you by my side. Finally got someone that's down the ride. Why to go and make you mine for it? Yeah, you go. It's like you fell right out the skies.
This is Nico Allen working out with Paul Anthony.
Your love's like winning a championship. If I rule the world, I swear, girl.
It's called You Go Girl.
Cause you work so hard to make sure that your family's straight. You go to work and don't complain, you're tired. When I ask you to come out, that you get up on it. You get freaky in the sheets, but a lady in the streets, you be knowing how to run up a check. Ignoring them suckers that try to holler on you. If they ask you trolling on mama, they will get blocked. You go. The boy that I got you by my side. Finally got someone that's down the ride. It's why to go and make you mine. Yeah, you go, girl. It's like you fell right out the skies. Little baby, one of a kind. Your love like winning a championship. I'm pulling off in a brand new whip. That feeling when them taxes hit. Saturday keys to a brand new crib. Girl, you make me so proud. Early in the morning when you wake up, even way before the makeup, you look flawless, baby. Plus your fashion be on 10, you be setting up them trends. You feel what you plus you loyal, baby. Ignoring them suckers that try to holler from time. If they ask, keep trolling on mama, they will get blocked. People that I got you by my side. Finally got someone that's down the ride. Why they go and make you mine? You go, girl. It's like you fell right off the skies. Little baby, one of a kind. Your love like winning the championship.
The other girls, I know me sweet say you're a real one. But why you gotta act so shy, baby? You know that you love the feeling. Y'all I wanna give you all my attention. Slide in your box car with no mention. Every girl me know I'm if you be them husband. But I only you alone can make me choose one. Me love it when you come over. Pop off the Jimmy Choo and Fashion Nova. Woman just so damn fine and me not gonna doubt you. The one you feel know me proud of you. Wow girl.
You go, girl. People that I got you by my side. Finally got someone that's down the ride. That's why they go and make you mine. Yeah, you go, girl. It's like you fell right out the skies. Little baby, one of a kind. Your love like winning the championship.
You got the moves, you got the juice, you got the flavor, got the sauce on yeah. Anywhere you wanna go, just say the word and you know I'ma take you there. Oh yeah, you need somebody to remind you. You feel lost, I'll find you. Oh, I just wanna make you mine, so waste no time.
This is King Charles.
Change your life.
The track is called Juice from the album Still Searching.
And I will chase the skies and no limit. If you want to, you can be my queen and I will be your king forever. got the moves, you got the juice, you got the flavor, got the sauce on, yeah. Anywhere you wanna go, just say the word and you know I'ma take you there. Oh yeah, you need somebody to remind you. If you lost, I will find you. Oh, I just wanna make you mine. So if you want to, you can be my queen and I will be your king forever. Yeah. If you want to, you can be my queen and I will be your king forever.
This is Bingy Blaze. It's called Rasta Touch.
She want to touch her. When we touch it's like rain a fall. I mean she want to touch her. A Rasta she want to touch her. Yeah. So I touch her in the morning, touch her in the evening. Good loving from the Rasta man she receiving. Loyal empress, I me know she no deceiving. She a blaze, movie is fine, dinner is fine, but right now she need to unwind. It's touching time. She tell me say a touching time. So ma come in house and money and vehicle. I mean she want to touch her. So ma buy her fancy things and take her on the world. But I mean she want to touch her. When we touch it's like rain a fall. I mean she want to touch her. A Rasta she want to touch her. Blind, she feel like she wanna fly. She never yet been so high. She's in love, she cannot deny. Oh me, oh my, oh me, oh my. Rasta I give her more than text. Stimulate her mind, body, soul, intellect. Take her to some place that she never been yet. Seen some things that she never seen yet. She said me want you bingy, trust me. She said me need your bingy, touch me. She said me want you bingy, trust me. She said me need your bingy, touch me. Some a come with house and money and vehicle. Now me she want to touch her. Some a buy her fancy things and take her on the world. But I me she want to touch her. When we touch it's like rain a fall. And me she want to touch her. A Rasta she want to touch her. Well then, hear me now. Oh yo, she on a food pan plate. Now bend down low, she want elevate. Blah 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 and them not penetrate. Now the Rasta pass you and she start celebrate. See what you're seeing and do what you're doing. Cause she's got something, hey, hey, that money can buy. Some a come with house and money and vehicle. But I mean she want to touch her. Some a buy her fancy things and take her on the world. But I mean she want to touch her. When we touch it's like rain a fall. I mean she want to touch her. A Rasta she want to touch her. Touch me again, she say touch me again. Touch me again, she say touch me again. She know without a doubt I am a touching legend. I don't know if X can't touch she again. Touch me again, she say touch me again. Touch me again, she say touch me again. She know without a doubt I am a touching legend. I don't know if X can't touch she again.
You love me by the way you're looking at me. Girl, the feeling is mutual. Cause I love you the same way. And I love you so more.
This is new music from Enzo.
I don't care what people say. It's complicated.
This becomes available on June 14.
I just know that I want you, same way you.
It's called Come Over.
Baby girl, come over. Wanna be your lover. Got some things to show you. Got some things to show you. But I give you pleasure. Searching for your treasure. I can be everything you want. I can be
she wind up, watch how she wind up. That girl they look good, that girl they look good. Watch how she look hot, watch how she.
This is the sound of Honorable.
Look on her body, watch how she.
Track called Lots of Love.
That girl they look good, that girl they look good. Watch how she look hot, watch how she hot for the figure. Lots of love, lots of love, lots of love, 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 be sure. Lots of love, lots of love, lots of love, 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 figure. Lots of love, lots of love, lots of love, 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 be sure. Lots of love, lots of love, lots of love, love, love. All them a bad mind you, if you show them love, shine brighter than the brightest bulb. Your body tight like the tightest glove, and you think turn up louder than the hypest gloves. No man no want check for them legal. Them like don't quick to ride in a vehicle. If some of them a show it, I one thing you get from the majority of people. Look on her body, look on her body. Watch how she wind up, watch how she wind up. That girl they look good, that girl they look good. Watch how she look hot, watch how she look hot. Look on her body, look on her body. Watch how she wind up, watch how she wind up. That girl they look good, that girl they look good. Watch how she look hot, watch how she hot for the figure. Lots of love, lots of love, lots of love, 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 no be sure. Lots of love, lots of love, lots of love, 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 no figure. Lots of love, lots of love, lots of love, 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 no be sure. Lots of love, lots of love, lots of love, love, love. Every girl in the place, if you look good, walk out. If you pull a hot miss, me I beg you that she all go. When good up in the big girl, they take them on the front line. With your big broad hips and small sexy waistline. Just look, 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 just look.
You're gonna
This is the sound of G-Mac.
things you say.
His rendition of Things You Say. You're gonna lose.
Can't last too long the way you are shaking. Can't last too long the way you're vibrating. Lose. You're gonna lose. Things you say you love. You're gonna lose. Can't last too long the way you are flirting. Can't last too long the things you are doing. That's why I say lose. You're gonna lose. Things you say you love. You're gonna lose. You can't last too long the way you are flirting. You can't last too long the things you are doing. That's why I say lose. You're gonna lose. Things you say you love. You're gonna lose. Can't last too long the way you are shaking. Can't last too long the way you're vibrating. That's why I say lose.
This is Joanna Marie, and it's all about DJ Kevin's stew on the night shift. If you feel for some stew, check out Kevin's stew. Even better than what we had before.
Thank you, Joanna. I'll bring it back just for you.
Bring back that love and faith. Bring it back, I want you. Bring it back home to me.
The sound of Miss Joanna Marie. The track is called Bring It Back.
Bring back that love and faith. Bring it back just like you bring it back home to me. Bring it back home to me. Bring it back, baby.
On Working Class Music's Dancing Time compilation.
My heart, my soul, my mind knows this love is one of a kind. My body yearns for you. I'm missing your strong embrace. The ecstasy that awaits us has me already nervous. I didn't want to let you go. I really want you to know I'm missing you now as much as you're missing me. I want it back, even better than what we had before. Now that we realize understanding is the key. So bring back that love and baby. Bring it back, I want you. Bring it back home to me. Bring back that love and home to me. Come drive me, bring it back home to me. Bring back that love and baby. Bring it back just like you bring it back home to me. Bring it back home to me.
Why does she play these games? She makes herself insane, feeling like a picture in a frame. Trapped, conquered, unloved, not knowing where to go. Why is she so lost? Jah granted her with strength and love to spread and share everywhere. Jah gave her peace and harmony so she could be free.
What's a woman supposed to do when the world gone mad confused? She have to pick herself up, dust her clothes off, and get on the move.
It is a woman's work that shines so bright. It is a woman's work and spreads her light. It is a woman. It is a woman. It is a woman's work. Yeah.
This is the sound of Wild Tree.
Jana, she's giving everything.
The track is called Woman's Worth.
And don't know what's in return. Truth is her way. You know she's got to elevate. Jah granted her with strength and love to spread and share everywhere. Jah gave her peace and harmony so she could be free.
What's a woman supposed to do when the world gone mad confused? She have to pick herself up, dust her clothes off, and get on the move.
It is a woman's work that shines so bright. It is a woman's work and spreads her light. It is a woman. It is a woman. It is a woman's work. Yeah, work, yeah, work, yeah, work.
We're about to part company and go to that place far away.
Somewhere beyond the city wall, we can feel alive.
That place where
No
no one can reach us.
feel alive. Somewhere
Well, on this side of the world anyway.
we can feel alive. As sure as the sunshine,
Bouncing on out of here with a little hezzy.
we'll find the special.
Track called Where We Can Feel Alive. Taking it once more from the tippy top. This is where I say good night, good morning, good afternoon, good day to you wherever you are in the world. I'm out of here. Catch you tomorrow. Real Talk Wednesday. Let's see if we can continue this conversation about how social media affects our lives, yeah?
I know a place where no phone rings, but seashells sing. We can feel alive. Somewhere beyond the city wall, we can feel alive.
Baby, this is long awaited. A long time we have planned it, but we keep on postponing. So now no hold back, no regrets. Cause this time we no care if them cut all the line. Yeah. Now we on a trip for two. The kids ain't around, it's just me and you, baby. Let's take it, we deserve it. Far away. Let's go. Me and you, baby. Far away,
Priceless? Consider the ability to share that moment. If you can video it, you can broadcast it. And Pulse E-Media Group has the tools you need. Weddings, birthdays, funerals, graduations, church services, parties, seminars, you name it. Pulse E-Media Group can provide you with a secure medium controlled by you to broadcast your event. Contact us at www.pulseemediagroup.com for more information. Pulse E-Media Group, when being in the moment is priceless.